Hello. Now today we speak about exactitude or whatever it means. We speak about the flow, the groove, and how we as human beings are able to produce something that works perfectly but isn't perfect. So there is a function in us which we call the latitude. That means if the rhythm is not mathematically exact, if there's some little irregularity, it doesn't let us feel that it's unrhythmical. Of course, there's always a limit from where on it is unrhythmical. And the same with intonation, with pitch. So if it's not totally in tune, we can still feel it completely musical. And of course, then some people will say, but it has to be perfectly in tune. Yes, but just to take the well-tempered tuning, the piano, the organ, all these fixed instruments like a vibraphone or like a xylophone, all these instruments are in well-tempered tuning. That means all the 12 semitones are at the same distance from each other. And what is the result? There is, of course, the octave is the same, but the fifth is always too small. And the major third is always too large. And so every pure chord is not pure at all. And still we can hear music by Chopin, by Rachmaninoff, by Bach, by Mozart, by Scriabin, by Brahms. It doesn't matter. It's out of tune, but we are totally used to it. So it's not the same. With the organ, it's even more a problem because the tone is sustained and it stays in a sustained way, these too small fifth, for example. But it works. Organ music, no problem. Or tuned percussion, no problem. Piano, no problem. Celesta, no problem. So, but if the strings are playing or the winds, we feel it immediately, totally out of tune. So they always have to do the intonation and follow the natural tempering that comes from the overtone scale. And so if we have a piece we have a particularly difficult thing is string quartet playing because the competition is so high, and so string quartets are always terrorized by having the right tuning. This goes really to the point of obsession. And so we can say that intonation is new for every chord. It depends on the harmony, it depends on the way harmony follows after harmony. And so it's always also never perfect, because we cannot be that perfect. And now the rhythm. Okay, it has to be rhythmical, definitely. But the difference between a machine-created digital rhythm or a man-made rhythm is fundamental. And we are used today to artificial rhythm, which has nothing to do with human rhythm. So it's totally perfect, but it doesn't groove, it doesn't swing. It's just a beat. And I got some commentaries even that said, I like this perfect computerized beat. Yeah, you are used to it, of course, but it's not natural. So if we listen to the really rhythmical people, like Africans, like South Americans, Caribbeans, it's never perfect like a computer, but it always swings, it always grooves. And I spoke about the secret behind it, which was in such an obvious manner revealed by Efrain Toro, who says, always when we play 2, there is the 3, and always when we play 3, there's a 2 against it. So that means the maximum of position rhythmically, 2 against 3, which is, by the way, the same proportion as the interval of the 5th, which is the maximum of position harmonically, but also the most stable thing. And so also 2 against 3 is the most stable rhythm. So if we always feel, and this is what we should train as classical musicians with all our seriously, if we always feel 2 when we play 3, 2 against the 3, and if we always feel 3 when we play 2, 3 against the 2, we will be free, and our rhythm will groove and swing. We cannot even avoid it. So that is so important. And so we have the latitude that helps us that things are not perfect physically, are working perfectly. This is my message for today. And we have to trust in that. We are human beings. We cannot even compete with the machine, and it makes no sense. If you want to have machine music, it's something else. Why not? But it's not human. And it doesn't groove. But, of course, in its own way, anti-human. It is very fascinating. So, all the best for today, and always follow the groove.